for the morale zone with me and Mac, I'd go to Duncan before every stream, and all I'd have to do is yeah,
Morale has you.
in reality, I could have came in with headphones, nothing, say nothing, put my card in, it already would have been rung up for me, and I would have seen him arise stirring two coffee cups. That's how they
Doesn't
do it,
it doesn't it feel good when you have that type of rapport with a like store worker or even just entire store in your matter?
Yeah, it is. It is cool. It sometimes it's like I feel like we should stop talking because I feel like this could turn into a really
I
good
know this is good.
conversation.
You are now listening to the John and Paul Show. John and Paul Show. Now listening. You are now listening to the John and Paul Show.
Welcome back. Always a pleasure. Nice Thursday morning we got here, or afternoon, I suppose.
It's still the morning. It's 11.
Yeah. I guess it's still the morning.
This is the last hour.
Yeah, still registering in the AM digits. This is the vibe that I like, though. I got an orange shirt on today. I'm trying to keep it electric. It's fall season. We discussed last week. Getting into the swing of things, man. It's been nice. We still have some days here that are in the 80s, but then you also have some days that are nice and chilly. It is the time of year.
Dude, I couldn't agree more with everything you're saying. I wish, Spotify, like we could put up a video just so you could show my head nodding in agreement. And because it was so great that you brought up your orange shirt, because I was going to comment on it. I was going to say, man, I love the brightness of today. You're really bringing that punch. And that's exactly what you were saying about it. Loved it.
Yeah. Actually, my dad got this from, he went to he does IT, and he went to go do work on some, I think this is a construction company. And he said the t-shirt was sitting there all day next to him, and he just quote unquote could not leave without it.
How much could he not leave? That's so funny. Good old Stan, man.
I'm
Great
very
guy.
much into like company t-shirts, so like this is perfect. It's got a little pocket. Can't go wrong.
It's funny. I'm a big company t-shirt guy myself. And at JFM years ago, there's like this phone tower company or something like nearby. And it was called like the Electric Boys or something like that. And this shirt was just so wild because it was just like a bright purple and a bright like green, I think were the two colors they had. And on the back was like this huge phone tower with like lightning coming out of it and this guy standing on top of it, and then the front said like the name of the company with the same logo. It was like just the craziest shirt that you just randomly like, they're like, here's a free shirt at JFM, grab one if you want one. I was like, yes, dude, and I got two of them.
Yep, that's literally me. I actually at work one time, you can go in on your Finnegan in a second. at work one time, Reddit came in and had a party. Actually, like it was like some of the bigger mods from like the big subreddits, and also like developers that worked on like the software of Reddit. They came in and had a party, but they had a bunch of t-shirts, so of course I had to have one.
Dude, were you like hype about that? Because you're a big Reddit guy, right? I mean, that's awesome. This sounds great.
Yeah, they had a pretty big event. I think if I recall correctly, it was like close to 100 people or over 100 people. And by the end, I like went up and started like, I don't like to when you're serving, it's like if you served a celebrity, you don't want to be intrusive or blow up their spot. You just treat them like everyone else. That's how they want to be treated. I mean, that's how a human wants to be treated.
Of course.
But yeah, by the end, I was definitely chatting it up with them about Reddit, and even just like bullshit, like just fucking whatever. And then they, of course, again, I like all little swag. I like company swag. I got a bunch of stickers. They are still on my door.
Nice.
Actually, here's a little thing for you. My door, not the side that you see, the other side, the outside of the door, has like a fuck ton of stickers on it. You know this actually because you've been in my room.
Yeah.
But to all the listeners out there, if you like any stickers and you have them and you don't need them, send them to me.
Wow. There you go. Just real quick, thinking about your interaction with the the Reddit mods. I feel like you are the type of guy to go up to them and make them feel so comfortable and just be so talkative, not in an annoying way, but just in a conversation way. And I feel like you would be the guy to open them up and they just like tell you all like the crazy things about Reddit, give you free swag, free merch, just that guy. I love
That's
it.
kind of how it was. And I was actually gunning for even more stickers. Unfortunately, I did not get them, but there were more stickers. There was like I think there was a sticker for every subreddit in which there was a moderator present. So there was like a shit ton of like stickers that were like, it said like r dash pics, r dash whatever. Like
Right.
there was one of everything. It was really cool. I tried to get one, but unfortunately those were all gone by the time I ended up being able to pick through the pile of stickers.
Now, what an interesting job, that is. Like, I'm thinking of like, Twitch moderators and Reddit moderators too. But first thing that comes to my mind is like Twitch moderators who like watch these big streams for like, bad comments or abusive language or whatever the case is. And like, what an interesting job. Like, honestly, like, would you enjoy a job like that? Like, such a new to this generation like job that was created in a way. Like, would you enjoy doing something like that?
I think I would, especially because there's probably like a team of moderators, so it's definitely like a level of collaboration where it's not necessarily all on going to be on your shoulders. Um, but yeah, actually, in kind of like a similar manner, I again, this is just to kind of relate it to Reddit again. I actually once did a a game thread for the soccer team that I support, Tottenham. This was years ago. Essentially, pardon me, excuse me. Essentially, for every single game that goes on, all there's a thread for every single game while it's happening. So if you're on the road or whatever, you could just be refreshing it and seeing like there was a big chance someone just missed a goal or something, or even when they score, you updated that. So I would do that, and like you'd see random comments like it's just funny, it was like the slightest level of moderation in
Right.
bringing it all back. Yeah, it was like the slightest level of moderation. It's probably a huge pain in the ass, but if you have a team of people, I feel like it's something that would probably be pretty fun, especially if you're getting paid for it. I don't know exactly how that works though.
And you see, that's my other question. Like, I'm assuming you would only get paid as much as the person, does stream or does post, I guess. But I mean, at the same time, I feel like if you have a team of moderators high up, I would assume you would be doing that a lot. But it's crazy too. Now, this isn't confirmed. I didn't talk to the guy personally, but apparently at JFM, where, I used to work, the deli, there is a Twitch moderator that lives in Haddon Heights, and that's his job. And like, he comes in the JFM a lot, and like, I know what he looks like, but I never personally like had that conversation with him. Someone else told me, maybe it was Aunt Gretha or something. The only reason why I'm saying it could not be true is because like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they would know, like, maybe that's what she thought they said, like a Twitch moderator, but really he said that he was just like a streamer or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like that'd be an interesting job. Like, you'd kind of, you'd just be like you'd be like the supervisor of like a stream or of a Reddit thread or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like being a security guard. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like literally, like it's like you're essentially just if you see something or weird things going on, you suss them out. Like that's now here's another thing I'll ask you. Did you happen to see that Twitch had their entire infrastructure essentially and all their information leaked?
So I did not personally see this, but a fellow streaming buddy, Humble, did Snapchat me and tell me about this. I don't know more information though. Is there any more information on this?
From what I know, well, first and foremost, shout out to Humble. From what I know, as of from what I've gathered, it's essentially the earnings of the top streamers on Twitch were leaked, as was like the coding, I think, for the website itself. I don't know if it was like emails and passwords. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but there was
Jeez.
literally a list that came out of the earnings of the top, and this is just, I suppose, from ad revenue and Twitch itself, because this is not including donations, I don't think. But the top earner had over $9 million.
Who was it? Do you remember the name?
Yeah, here I'll pull it up. It's definitely something that was like super interesting to me, because like
I wouldn't
not
mind hearing
only
the like top
yeah, no,
five or
no,
top 10. Yeah.
yeah, it was super interesting to me, especially because like, you know, it is there's big YouTubers, and that's always been a thing for a long time. Well, not always been a thing. It's been a thing for like the last 10 years, that you can essentially
Yeah.
sustain an actual living if you were to gain a following on YouTube. And obviously Twitch essentially followed that same type of format. So it's interesting to actually see that people are making like a crazy amount of money. And here I do finally have the list pulled up. The
Nice.
highest earner on Twitch's stream, and let me what it okay, so this is what it includes. Oh, sorry, it doesn't include money that streamers have earned outside of Twitch, including merchandising, YouTube revenue, sponsorships, and external donations. So this does include donations that happen on streams.
On stream. Okay.
Yep. So the highest earner is Critical Role, and he earns $9.6 million.
Are you familiar with this streamer at all?
No, the top one
I
I'm familiar with is the fourth, which is Tifu. He has
Okay.
made $5.2 million.
And how about who's 2 and 3?
XQCOW is number 2, and Summit1G is number 3. None of these names are fun or stupid. Like, I like watching speed runs, and it's like XXX underscore 420 blaze it, bro, XXX sniper get money.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, that's so
Tim
funny.
the Tap Man is in the top 10 if you're familiar with him.
I am familiar. I was surprised he wasn't higher. I feel
Uh,
like he's pretty big. I'm looking up
Castro
Critical
is a
Role.
yeah, Castro is a very big Castro's a very big FIFA YouTuber. He has $2 million. I just started watching this guy recently, Moist Critical. He's got $2 million.
Oh wow,
It's nuts, man. That's the gross payout of all, I think, of their all-time stuff.
that's
Interesting
insane.
stuff. Didn't mean to go on that much of a tangent about it, but it was definitely something I found interesting. There's definitely a life for people and a career for people who can make it in Twitch.
No, I think it was an interesting topic, especially since this is so new. I feel like the top earners on Twitch have always been kind of kept a secret, I guess. Just also, it's interesting that Critical Role is number one because I am on their page right now, and it looks like it's a group of people. They only have 826,000 followers, which is a lot for sure, but for the top earner on Twitch, I feel like that's pretty low. And honestly, it looks like they literally do like TV show type things. Like it's not even a video game or anything. Like they do like a
That's
lot of just
interesting.
chatting. Yeah, they do like a lot of just chatting, but the thumbnails, they look very professional. They look like a TV show type. So I don't know exactly what they stream, but it looks like it's a little different. And looks like I guess people like it. So
And even with that
interesting.
being said, it's always interesting to see that people who create their own lane for themselves
Yeah,
within
for sure.
something that is very specific. Like Twitch, you
Very.
would, on the surface, you're thinking just streaming video games. Oh, what just happened? Are you good?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Dude,
here.
your video just cut out. Whoa, this is like
I know.
anyone who was watching the Zoom just got a treat. They got a Keith Moffat.
I gotta change that picture.
For
My
anyone
Zoom.
unaware that has not watched the videos on YouTube, Keith's Zoom Avi or profile picture, whatever you want to call it, is a very professional headshot of Keith like 5 years ago.
You know what's so funny? It was actually only like 2 years ago. Isn't that wild? Well,
COVID will age you like that.
well, what's just so crazy is at the time I was cleanly shaven, owing around, and obviously now I got the beard, which I did just trim up the other day. It felt good. Sometimes it gets a little too long, and it's nice to trim it up. But
Yeah, it
anyway,
definitely is.
what were you just saying right before that?
something. I don't know. Let's move on. We got more shit to
Yeah.
talk about today.
No,
Here's
absolutely.
some here's something I'll go in on. I have two stories from just involving the Patco alone. I have two little stories.
I love the Patco sections of the pods.
Yeah, because you know that if you're ever in the Patco, it's likely that you're either drunk as hell or tired as hell from work. So those are like definitely factors that are going to play into the story. The
Okay.
first one being that Saturday night, got done work, busy night. I was the only server on, killed it.
Nice.
So after work, we were gonna go out for drinks. I look at my train schedule and I was like, holy shit, it's weird. It comes at a different time tonight. It comes at 1 a.m. And I was like, oh shit, I'll just make it. Cool. I ran down to the train station, had 5 minutes. I mean, I had more than enough time, but
Right.
ran down there, got down there. It's 1 a.m. No trains there. And usually it's there like 3 to 4 minutes early at least, like just so people can start filing on. There's no train in sight. I get down there a couple minutes early, sitting and waiting for a little bit. I ended up, it's like 103 or 4, and I sitting on the stairs, and then there's a group of people in front of me just sitting there, and I see them start to like be confused. I take one ear out, one of my ears out from my headphones, and I hear them talking like, "Oh, it comes at 1 o'clock. I thought it came at 12:45. This there still hasn't been a train. This that the other," and I'm like, "Oh my god,
No.
we all read the wrong train schedule, every single one of us." So we were all down there. The train didn't come until 1:34. We were all down there from like 12:40 on. I was there at 12:50, but like people were waiting almost an hour down there. So here's the twist of the story. I heard them talking. We all figured out that we had the wrong spot, the wrong time, and that it was going to come at 1:34. So it's 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going back up to the bar. 100%. So I said that to the people. We were all chit-chatting, and they were like cheering me on and shit. And then I go to the bar, I have a couple drinks, I come back down, they're there, and I spread my arms out wide. I'm like cheering them on, I'm getting them going. It was a whole human experience. And I was like, guys, have a great night. We gave each other high fives and stuff. It was fun.
You know, they went home and they were like, dude, we met this really cool guy in the Patco today.
It had to. I felt like I had that same experience. So, and
I
then the
love
other
that
one,
story.
yeah, dude, thank you. Yeah, and then
That
the
was
other
great.
story was that, yeah, Tuesday night. So 2 days ago, fucking, I accidentally got too blitzed after work. Exactly.
How accidentally?
It wasn't purposeful. It
No,
just
it happens. It
it
does.
accidentally happened. You know, you just order one too many of those double shots, and it's over for you. No choice.
I think that's the scariest thing about shots because it's so easy to lose count. Like I feel like when you go in drinking, you're always like, I'm just gonna know, I'm gonna be counting, I'm gonna know exactly where I'm at, I'm gonna stop when I feel it. But then all of a sudden you're like, geez, was that like my second or is that like my fifth?
Right. And you know what? Quick side swipe on this. Fucking, I feel like you're the one who has gotten me on shots. You were like the pioneer of shots, I feel like. In my life at least.
I'm honored to hear that I'm the pioneer. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a guy who just liked getting drunk on beer because you know why? Because I just feel super bloated. I don't feel good. Normally my stomach starts to hurt. Like I'm that guy. Now keep in mind, like I do like beer. Like I love knocking down, 2, 3. But like, could I do like, a 12-pack thing? No way. Like I'd much rather just chill on a couple beers, take some shots, and feel good. Because yes, the shots do, they might make you more drunk, but I feel like overall, like your stomach's still like not full, and like you can go a little bit longer. So that's just me. I don't know if other people agree with that.
No, I agree. That bloated feeling from drinking a shit ton of beers is not fun whatsoever.
No.
And the last bit on my story, it wasn't going to be
Yeah.
a long story at all. Yeah, no, don't sweat it. Literally, again, got a little too blitzed. It happens. And then I walked down to go get my train. I put my wallet. I have my Patco Freedom card in my wallet. I push it up against the reader, X, I don't have any money on there right now. I thought I had enough for one more ride, so then I had to
No.
buy a ticket real quick, or well, refill it really, but I bought a ticket so it was faster. As I'm buying it, it's literally coming out of the thing, ding, 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 and then the train left. So I missed the train, and then I had to wait another 45 minutes for the next one to come. I know, and then
Dude,
I smoked, and I got real zooted, and then I had the spins on the train, to the point where when the train was
no.
moving, I felt great, and then when it stopped at the stops, I felt like I was going to die.
Which is so interesting. Usually I feel like that'd be the other way around. Like you'd feel
I
better
feel
when
like
it
it
was
would,
stopped.
but then I thought about it and was like, the train I feel like was cradling and swaddling me like I was a little fresh newborn baby. It was taking care of me every step of the way. So then I get back to the train station, and I'm fine, home stretch. I'm about to be home. Just gotta get home. It's very close. They had right now the elevator side of the way to walk up the Patco station is closed, so it's only one set of stairs that's open. Go down the other set of stairs. Literally at the very bottom, my feet got tangled up, and I fucking fell down the stairs. And to add another layer onto this, there was a guy who watched the whole thing happen. And what did he say to me? Hold on, because I have my headphones on, so the headphones fly off my head. And then I look up at him and I said, "You've seen me at my lowest."
You had the nerve to say something to him after that happened.
I did.
Oh.
And he said, honestly, you fell with grace.
Just thinking of a drunk, defeated Tabor on the floor, looking up at this guy. Oh my God, dude.
It was too good.
It was just so funny because every time I thought you were like done, like, I can't get any worse. It just kept going and going.
No.
Dude, but you know what? I'm happy you made it home okay. That sounds hard. I mean, did you get hurt from the fall? Did you make it out okay?
I got some scrapes and bruises. There's you can see it right here. Hold on, you see that?
I do.
That's from the fall. Trademarked.
So what? So your feet got a little tangled up going down the steps though? Just lost your footing.
I remember, I remember distinctly the fall. But I don't remember the initiation of the fall. Like, I remember every moment of me falling down the stairs in vivid memory. But the moment my feet clipped up, I do not remember at all. Oh, man.
We gotta stop talking. Oh my God.
Oh man,
dude,
the Patco adventures.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to see my face again. You're gonna have to see my horrible face.
Oh man, this has been a spectacular one, man.
Dude, you are hilarious. Dude, I got coffee all over my desk. I'm not even close to kidding.
Holy God.
Oh my God, dude. I think that's my favorite Patco adventure I've ever heard in my life.
That's like that could be a weekly thing right there. I mean, it's not because I can't manufacture these moments. They just come as they come, but when they happen, man.
I hear you, man. That was too good. That was just too good. Whew. Good. Hi, I'm back.
You good?
We're back. Yep.
You centered? You're back to reality?
Yeah, man. The fall. I think that's what this will be called. This is episode 26. The fall.
Trademark, man. It's trademarked right now.
I did want to bring something up we were talking about a little bit before pod. Kind of bring me back in. We were talking about being a regular customer. at a store or an establishment of some sort, because Tabor was saying, if we did this pod together, guaranteed one of us would be getting the coffee for us, and we'd be starting. And I gave the rebuttal. Shout out John Macaluso when we would do the morale zone at his place. Either I would or we both would go to the Dunkin' on Burnt Mill, and we'd get 2 caramelized coffees, cream and sugar, which now I don't get the sugar, but and it was just so funny because there's this guy there. His name was Bob. This was Bob, actually. And he always knew our order. And I was telling Tabor, I never would have to say a single word when I'd go in there. I'd just hold up 2 fingers. He'd make the coffees. I'd pay for it. I'd say, thank you so much. That's an easy transaction. He knew exactly what I wanted. And what I wanted to ask you, Tabor, is, one, do you feel that way in any place that you go to? And 2, what's your take on being a regular customer? Like, do you think that's like an honor in a way, or do you think in some cases it's almost like embarrassing?
No, I think it's an honor because they wouldn't like celebrate or give a shit about you if you were annoying, or like if you were the customer that was annoying to them, they wouldn't acknowledge you in the ways that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like they like
That's true.
they enjoy your presence just as much as you do. You know?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting flashbacks to the fall. I'm trying to stay forward. But no,
I'll stay in this lane.
No, but that's a good point, actually. And that's how I felt with Bob. I mean, look, I'm not going to say he was a friendly guy by any means, but he saw this tall Swedish guy with a headband coming on every Monday and Thursday night. I feel like it's pretty easy to be like, all right, this guy just gets the same thing every time. And it's so funny because we would go to that Burnt Mill a lot. And not only did I know Bob, but I mean, me and Fish knew pretty much every worker that worked there at one point. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't anymore. But, you brought up Raj earlier in the day, and he was the day guy. Yeah, Raj was the day. He was the day guy. Bob's the night guy that goes there. But anyway, Raj also knew my order. Super nice guy. Now he would actually talk. Like we would conversate. Like I knew a little bit about his life. Like he'd tell me about the wife and kids. But there was one day I went to Dunkin' earlier and already had a coffee. I hang out with Fish later in the day, and oh my, I got coffee all over my beard from laughing. And Fish wanted coffee later in the day, and I was like, you know what, man? Like I already had it. I don't need another one. I was like, I don't even want to come in because as soon as I walk through that door, they're gonna make the coffee for me, and I don't want it. And Fish goes, no, dude, like, just come on, come in. We can sit, we can hang out. I said, fine. So we go in and there's a little bit of a line, like maybe 2 people in front of us. So I say, yo, I'm just going to go sit over at this table, back to Raj, like not even looking at the guy, right? I sit down, I just go on my phone. All of a sudden Fish goes up and I hear behind me, I got your coffee, buddy. Didn't even look at the guy. And he had my coffee ready for me. And Fish just like looked at me with that shocked face, like couldn't even believe it. And you know what, Liam Fisher, if you remember this story, please let me know because I know he's also an avid listener. But just such a funny moment. Like, of course I loved being like a regular there because I did get my coffee, but in like that situation, it really sucked because then I had to have 2 iced coffees, which obviously isn't the worst thing in the world, but I just didn't really want one at that time. I already had one, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny.
Yeah. I'd be the same way where like there's times where like if I'm serving someone and we have like a party or something like and it's like unlimited drinks essentially for them. If I have a good rapport with someone and they're slugging beers all night, I'm the type to just bring them a beer like without them even asking. I just see it's low and just grab one. So you never know. Sometimes it's like sometimes you bring it over and they're like, fuck, I wanted to stop, but you brought it, so I'm not gonna turn you away. Like real quick, the last thing I'll say on being a regular, if we're counting this, I'm a regular at the gym and they like everyone knows me. I also work there, so it's like a little bit of it's a little different, but also they like I knew the regulars that came to the gym when I worked there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so it's like I'm now part of that regular community.
Right. No, that's great. And yeah, the gym's another place I guess you could be considered a regular. Now, obviously, that is a place. Well, you know what? I mean, the gym could be considered as a place you would go all the time, just like your coffee place, actually. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. That I think I was definitely, I think I'm a regular down at the gym that we have now, and it's so funny because you see the same people all the time. Like it is weird, like like how they always say like, try to change up your schedule because like if someone's watching you or something, like they can like find your routine, like or
Mm,
like if you have a stalker or something, which
yeah.
I don't think anyone's stalking Ja or Fa currently, but if you are, we're on to you. But it's just so funny because like when you go to the gym, you like learn people's routines in a weird way. Like there's this guy who I know if I go past 8 o'clock, there's probably like an 80% chance I am going to see him, like 80-90% chance like he's going to be there. Now, if I go like, like right after work, like let's say I go like right like at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, there's these two guys that are always in there that work out together, I guess. And I just know like, hey, this is a small gym. Usually if I go a little earlier, I know it's going to be busy. So, that's on me. It's not like I'm going to be surprised when I walk in and it's going to be busy. I kind of like know the busy times. I know the people that are in there and it's a good thing. Like it's not even like, weird or anything. It's just, people do the same routines and they become members at places without actually becoming members.
No, you're very right about that. I equally relate to the, if I'm going at this time, I know I'm probably going to see this regular.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, I just last thing I gotta tell you that story you told earlier really screwed me up. Like my pants are soaked. My not soaked, but they are damp because I'm pretty sure
Uh,
I think I actually spilled coffee because I was trying to swallow the laughter and it ended up coming back up. That was
I saw you struggling, leaning over the side of your
uh
table over there.
well, I thought I had it under control. I did. But oh man, just a lot of laughs this episode. I love it. This is a very lighthearted. Shout out Allie Hall, who, is working mornings again. I mean, she works all over the place, but her big primary shift right now is like 7 a.m., which she's doing currently. And she told me, and I think she told you last night, how she enjoys listening to the John Fa before work because she's a big murder podcast type of person. And they're just a little too spooky in the morning. So nothing better than getting your morning started with a little John Fa.
Yeah, I agree. It is it is a good way, I think, to not only catch up with your friends for us, but also it's just a
Yeah.
good way to de-stress and zone out for about 45 minutes, an hour a week, like nice.
Oh man, yeah. I've had a lot of fun today, and you know what? You know what this week is?
What
This
is this
is
week?
your what,
Oh,
dude? Did I get you
I
good?
thought it was something serious.
It is serious. It's what, dude?
I do have one ready to go. Is that your nudge for me to do it? You
I'm
want me to?
ready. I'm ready
I'll
for it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I got it all set up.
I got it. I got it.
So in the Matrix movie, this is gonna be a weak one. This is a very weak what, dude. I'm already gonna put that on record.
No, dude.
What,
That
dude?
that's like
What, dude?
Wait.
that's like you're about to tell a great story, but then before it's a stupid story. No, come on. Let's hear
No,
it.
this is definitely a weak one. Do you know the guy from the Matrix that he holds out the red pill and the blue pill? That's Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
actually was in the show Pee-wee's Playhouse. If you knew that or didn't, I don't know. He played Cowboy Curtis, and if you're watching on Zoom, here he is. That is Lawrence Fishburne as Cowboy Curtis right there.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
I liked watching the Pee-wee Playhouse movies when I was a little kid. I always loved that one scene where he dances on the table to, oh man, it's I can't think of the fucking song right now.
This might be a dumb question. Is this Pee Wee Herman you're talking
Yeah,
about?
absolutely. Yep, it
Okay.
is.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if that was the same thing because I know there's like a movie made.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he danced on the table to that song Tequila. And that's
Okay.
just like one of those little scenes in your when you're a kid. It just you love it instantly and sticks in your head forever.
Yeah.
Uh,
There
I
definitely are
recently
things like
again
that.
that's just it's a week what dude this week, but
Beautiful.
I like 2 weeks ago found out that Lawrence Fishburne was in Pee Wee's Playhouse. That is the TV show, by the way. Again,
Okay.
so that he was I think a recurring character of the show.
Interesting facts, dude. I love it. That I wish we had a like an iCarly fake applaud like
Yeah,
crowd.
I mean I could do that. I'm probably not going to, but I
I
could
mean,
add that sound effect.
I could also do what we were gonna do since the first pod and set up my like DJ sound bites and just throw them in.
That would be so good.
How good. Oh man. But yeah, dude, besides that, I think we hit because we did bring up a couple points earlier in the pod that we you know, it's always so funny, like before we actually start recording, we always get into these great discussions and we're like, oh man, we should have just started. And today we did do just that. And I think we hit all the points that we wanted to before the pod. And I I still don't feel fully recovered from that story. I'm sorry. I don't.
I'm glad you enjoyed it as much as I'm never one to like get embarrassed about things. It's like honestly about anything. I don't really get embarrassed that much. Again, to me, that happening is like I just fucking play it off, man, and laugh at yourself. I laughed at myself. It
Yep.
was funny. It was a fucking funny situation. I'm not that hurt. I,
Yeah.
I fucking had an audience to watch me. Everyone, he made sure I was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a funny
Yeah.
moment, and I enjoyed that it happened to me.
I'm enjoy that you know it is a funny moment that you were able to share in the pod, man. It was whew, clearly I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both the stories, and it's so crazy because your first one, you know, you were like the hero, like yeah, like so triumphant, like Rocky, you know, like these people, and then a few days later, boom, life comes at you quick, man.
It really does. It really does. I actually have like one more thing if you're cool
Sure.
with going down this avenue. I was having a discussion with my coworker on Tuesday pre the fall. I was still in good condition. Um we were talking
Breathe.
about how we were talking about how subjective TV shows, but really I've said this before about all media, it's really interesting to think that like there are things that are nearly universally loved, but there will always be haters and people who don't like things. It's
Of
very
course.
interesting to think about.
So yeah, so like what you're just saying, like people's preference of what they like and stuff, like with
Yeah.
TV shows or whatever, and
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, well, we were talking about It's Always Sunny, and he said he didn't like it that much, and he didn't think the writing was super like dense, and was ready to jam my fucking thumb through his eye. But
Jeez. Well,
Nah,
yeah,
it's
I,
it's it's just funny to me that there's always a different perspective than yours, and it's good to hear that. I like hearing different perspectives.
it is good to hear that, and it is interesting. I feel like for example, of like comedy, I feel like that's why there's so many different comedy styles, to fit everyone's personal. Because like some people really like dark humor, some people just like that slapstick, stupid shit. Like
Yeah.
there's so many different avenues for everyone to like. That's why I feel like everyone's diverse. Like think about if there was only like one type of comedy show, like the conversation you had with your coworker would probably be totally different. Like maybe he'd be like, yeah, man, I love it because he didn't know any other type of writing or any type of comedy. It's, I feel like there's something to suit everyone. And it is interesting. Like I was watching this Philly, radio guy this morning, and he was talking about, um, uh, like restaurants, like watching like the Food Network. And he's always like, why is this chef able to tell me that this is better than like this dish? Because isn't food just always like a preference, type of thing? And then like his wife would tell him like, oh well, they're professionals. But professionals in what way? Because in a sense it's still preference, but I guess they're professionals in the way of knowing what's in the dish and knowing that it's good quality stuff,
Yeah,
I guess would make them
absolutely.
professional.
And the way that the flavors blend, like typically that's something that you would imagine would be a quality in a chef, that they know this flavor combines well with this flavor, and the
Yeah.
palate of this one is going to be good with the palate of this one. Like it's all collaboration and taking different parts and putting them together. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. But yeah,
And the
I mean,
same can
just
be said for writing TV shows and how they put that together. It's everyone has a little bit different of a mind, and how that all sews together might be different than what was originally seen, but it might turn out great.
dude, it was very well said. That was beautiful.
Thanks,
That was
man.
a beautiful statement, man. I agree though. TV shows are interesting, and keep writing out there, everyone. Keep making
Yeah,
good shows. Keep making diverse things. I feel like, media is getting to a point where so many different genres and things have been done over and over again that I feel like things are starting to turn over a little bit and people are trying new things. I don't know if anyone else thinks the same way, but I don't know. I think it's fun. I think everything is fun.
yeah, no, I agree. Uh, this has been a good one, man. This has been a goodie.
I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of
I,
fun. I think this is a very just nice, smooth way out into the pod after, a hectic middle. It's like a roller coaster, man. Like, you build up, you tell me the fall story, it's crashing down, it's flying down, and then all of a sudden, you're just cruising right on out into the sunset. Looking forward to the John file to be released on Monday.
Agreed. I have one more thing. I checked
Sure.
my notes. There was one thing I had written down, which was
I'm so
that
happy you
two
checked
days
your
ago.
notes.
Yeah, 2 days ago when I went to the thrift store, they only take cash at this thrift store. Their ATM was down, and I thought I was gonna have to go drive and go to the bank to get cash.
Mhm.
Thank God there were some good Samaritans. Great human moment. I was standing in line about to go return my stuff to the register, and this guy and girl were both shopping, and the girl's in line and the guy walks back into line, and he's like, he turns to me and he's like, if the ATM didn't work for you, because we were at the ATM together when it didn't work. Like we were
Okay.
both standing there. It didn't work for me. I was confused as hell. He's like, oh, it didn't work for you either. And then we both happened to go in line. Then he comes back out of nowhere and he's like, next door there's a bar which has an ATM. So then I was like, oh my God, dude, you're a genius. Can you mind holding my stuff? He grabbed the cart for me, held my spot in line. I ran to get cash, came back, everything is still there. It was seamless.
Amazing. Good
Good
human
human moment.
interaction.
Yeah,
For real. Yeah, I feel like you've had quite a few this
Yeah.
past week. That's amazing. I also wanted to ask you, have you still been taking that vitamin in the
Ginkgo
morning?
biloba.
Yes.
Yeah, every morning.
Yeah, and you still been feeling good? Upbeat and
Feeling
mentally
juiced.
clear? Good.
Yep.
Happy to hear it, man. You seem good. You look great. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
I love these little
Appreciate that.
weekly catch-ups.
Yeah, I know. And then we probably won't talk again till Monday in terms of actually speaking to one another. We'll text, of course. That's a given.
Yeah, I like the little text on Sunday. I like, the following Monday when I get I was blacked out yesterday. was that
Literally.
one time. But
Yeah, but it could be valid for any given Sunday.
oh, I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to talking to you again on Monday.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. This has been a good one. Thanks
been a lot of
everyone again
fun.
for listening. My usual spiel. If you've enjoyed it, please tell your friends, tell your family, get the word out there about how good morale this is.
Yeah, and 5-star us on Apple Music.
Yeah, let's get that campaign going again. We were rolling. I think we have at least 3 or 4 right now.
Yes, let's go.
Keep
Let's get
that
some more
momentum
out there. Keep it going. Go Knights.
See you, man.
I'll see